Welcome back in, everybody, to the Auburn Undercover YouTube channel here on Saturday afternoon, July 6th, as Auburn has another commitment, an interior offensive lineman, Jacobe Ward. Jacobe Ward, for reference, has been a pretty big Auburn target for a long time. In all honesty, it stretches all the way back to last summer. Auburn and Jake Thornton offered him then. They had kind of continued to keep in contact with him for a while, and now they officially get his commitment. Ward was also considering Tennessee and LSU. He took official visits to both of those schools. LSU was viewed by Auburn as maybe a bigger contender, but Tennessee also made a pretty big push. And so while Ward is a lower ranked 3-star offensive lineman, for reference in the 24/7 Sports Composite rankings, which compiles 24/7 Rivals, On3, and ESPN rankings, he is the number 682 player, number 44 interior offensive lineman. So not rankings that are going to light the world on fire or really push a class up, but he's a guy that Auburn coveted, a guy that Tennessee coveted, a guy that LSU coveted, and he had a lot of other big offers as well. And look, he's got tremendous size. He's listed at 6'4", 335, probably around 350 right now. He'll need to shed some of that weight over the next year or so. And once he gets to Auburn, get closer to that 330 range and what he's actually listed at. But look, you can see in the picture, he's got tremendous size. He plays right tackle for his high school football team, Benedictine Military School over there in Savannah, Georgia. He's played right tackle and started there really since he was a freshman. And when he was a freshman and started to right tackle, he was actually a part of Holden Gerner's team that ended up winning the state title. So that's a little bit of a connection that he has to Auburn to backup quarterback Holden Gerner. But he's worked at right tackle pretty much his whole career. But with his size at 6'4" and 330-ish, arms maybe a little bit shorter, he definitely projects as an interior offensive lineman at the next level. But he's a guy that Auburn believes in quite a bit. Look, you talk to some of these recruits, and sometimes they're blowing smoke a little bit, saying, "Hey, we think this guy can." But the recruit may say, Auburn's telling me I can be a day one starter, I can make an instant impact. But that's what Jacobe Ward has said. And from talking to different sources, they feel the same way about Jacobe Ward. It's not just blowing smoke. It's a situation where Auburn's going to be losing a lot of its offensive linemen after this season. Percy Lewis, the left tackle transfer, I believe this is his last year of eligibility. Dylan Wade will be out of eligibility, shifting over from left tackle to left guard. Jeremiah Wright at right guard. I don't know if he'd have another year left after this one. Kind of difficult because he's redshirted, medical redshirt, stuff like that. So he may have another year at right guard, but you'd have to think he's been with the program for a long time. He's looking to probably try and make it to the NFL after this year if he has a successful season. Jaden Muskrat is kind of your utility guard. He'll be out of eligibility. And then over at right tackle, Tutal Miller, this is also his last year of eligibility. So Ward could have a chance to potentially come in and slot in at one of those guard spots with Dylan Wade and probably Jeremiah Wright gone after this year. You look at this picture of him on the screen on the YouTube channel, he looks similar to DeAndre Carter, in all honesty, and that kind of bigger mold a little bit of an interior guy that Auburn went out and got last year who was ranked really, really highly. So while Ward is not ranked as highly, he's a guy that Auburn thinks could at least, fill in the two deep in the 2025 season. So Ward becomes commitment number 16 for Auburn in the 2025 class, and he becomes offensive line commitment number 5 again. Auburn obviously had 5 before, but they lost one when Carday Smith decommitted, and Auburn kind of moved its own way there. And now they get Jacobe Ward, and they're still not done along the offensive line as well. They're still looking at guys like Andrew Babalola, looking at guys like Malachi Goodman, some other names there as well to look out for. So it'll be interesting to see how Jake Thornton kind of finishes this class. But, from talking to Jacobe, I got a chance to talk with him Friday before he announced his decision on Saturday. He said that the atmosphere at Auburn was a really big impact for him, along with Jake Thornton. He said Thornton was really the key, what he was telling me, how he was telling me, what he was doing for me. He said, look, Coach Thornton did a lot of things that other coaches just simply didn't do. And that was a big reason why he ends up choosing Auburn. And this has been kind of in the works for a while too. I asked Jacobe, look, he visited in March after that visit. He said, Auburn's my leader. He took some other visits. He went to go see South Carolina, went to go see his other 2 finalists in Tennessee and LSU. He returned in June for his official visit. That was his first official visit. Asked him again after that, hey, is Auburn still your leader? He said, yep, they're still my leader. He again went to go see those other schools for official visits. I believe he went Auburn June 7th, Tennessee June 14th, LSU June 21st. But I asked him, I said, hey, when did you kind of know in your head? And he said, when I visited in March, that was when I knew I was going to come to Auburn, but I wanted to enjoy the process, hear out other schools, see other schools a little bit more, and kind of figure some things out. But now you've got Ward on board. He's obviously teammates with Herbert Scroggins, who Auburn kind of whiffed on there at the end of June with Miami swooping in late and getting him. He said he's still going to keep working on Scroggins, trying to get him to join the class. So with Ward's commitment, it should put Auburn up right around number 10, number 11 in the 24/7 sports rankings with 16 commitments. Auburn will obviously look to continue to keep that momentum rolling through July, going into Big Cat weekend. We will have that all covered for you over at auburnundercover.com, which if you are not a subscriber, you can go over there. We're still running a little 4th of July special. I know it's July 6th now, but running that special, you can get 50% off an annual subscription. So that'll get you all the way through summer official visits next year. Or you can take a test drive with us. $1 for your first month. Come check us out. I think you will get way more than $1 worth of content, especially with Big Cat Weekend here at the end of the month. So highly recommend checking us out over at auburnundercover.com. Appreciate everyone that tuned in on the YouTube channel. If you're not subscribed to the YouTube channel, make sure to do that down below. Click the button down below. That does not cost you anything. We're pumping out a ton of content over here, a ton of free content always on YouTube, a lot of exclusive content as well. Jason has been killing it with the Plains Truth, other different video series that we have planned as well. A lot coming going into the season. Fridays with Philip. There's so many different things you can get on the YouTube channel, and you can subscribe there for free. So appreciate everyone tuning in, and we will catch you guys again soon.